We're going to look at how to tie the common whipping, which is another way of stopping the ends of your stranded rope from fraying. We need a fairly long piece of whipping twine for this because we end up making a slightly longer length of whipping on the rope itself compared to the sailmakers and the West Country whipping. So what we need to do is we need to make a loop in the end of our whipping twine and lay that loop up towards the end of the rope. And so you've got a little short end there which is going to wait at the bottom, and then we've got our longer length which is actually going to do all our whipping turns for us. Now, it's just at the start it's a little bit tricky because we need to just get enough tension happening before we start so it's not going to come loose. So we just do a lap there, make sure things are nice and tight side by side. Once we've got one or two loops done, it's a little bit easier to let your fingers go. You don't have to hold on to everything quite so tightly. So making sure our turns are all nice and close to each other and as even as possible, so nice and smooth. And around we go, and we just keep going ad nauseum. If I was clever, I might just cut the video and produce a nearly finished one and say here's one I prepared earlier, but it's probably good to just watch the whole process. Make sure that loop's still sticking out there. Ooh, not totally happy with that. I'd like that to be a bit neater. Thank you. There we go. Nice and neat, jammed up against each other, round and around. This is about how long you'd make it for if you were doing a sailmakers or a West Country, but for a common whipping we need to go a little bit further. And the reason we need to go a bit further is because the way we finish off, which is really clever, is to tuck things down in the middle, and the longer it is, the sort of more hidden the tucked away ending is, which makes it more secure. You don't want it really, really long. This is probably getting to about the right length now. So once we've got our long enough length there, what we do, and here's the clever bit, we take the end at the top, I'm just going to hold on to that for a moment, and thread it through our loop. So there we go, through the loop, like that. I'm just going to hold on to that for a moment. And what we do is now grab the tail end that we left at the bottom and give that a tug. And of course that tail end is attached to the loop, which is attached to the daggy bit that we left at the top. And we're going to pull that loop with the daggy bit that was left at the top into the middle of the whipping. And so that has now got hooked over on the inside, the top end and the bottom end, and they're just going to hide away there and be secure. And all we need to do is to just trim these off. And you know what's really cool? We didn't tie anything. It's very clever. I still like the sailmakers whipping for preference, but a friend of mine reckons this one's just as good and possibly slightly quicker to tie. So there it is, the common whipping. Probably I should have it a little bit closer to the end, but it's certainly not going to slide off from where it is there. And it will certainly stop the ends from fraying.